Hi garden friends, welcome to the channel. I'm Era and this is Gardening on Purpose. I garden in Georgia, Zone 8A. For today's video, I'll be potting up my fall to winter containers. Now I have a lot of them. I have 8 in total, and they're on either side of my driveway. And my driveway is part shade to shade, so that's why it's kind of dark, guys. And I have 4 on that side. And the reason why it took me so long to even get these planters done is because it's so hard to find really great part sun to shade evergreens. Now I know they're out there. I know there's Fatsia, I know there's Camellia, I know there's a lot of stuff, but those are not hard enough to be in a container and stay over until January or February. So I've been looking and looking, and I just decided let's just go with the basics, which is a boxwood. Now you might see a boxwood in here, and this is just a little wintergreen boxwood that I got from Lowe's. It's not giving me the height that I want. So what I'm going to end up doing, I'm going to dig out an established wintergreen that I've had in the yard for 3 years and put it in here, and then put that where it was. And I'll show you where those were. So the whole point was to put a nice big evergreen here as a backdrop, and then really use these to actually make them really nice planters. So the plants that I have are the ornamental kales, and these were $13.98 from Home Depot. Lowe's had them too, but they had them individually, and they had them, I think it was like $9 for just one. I mean, they were bigger than these, but at least with this, I actually have variety. There's like 12 of them in here, and here's this deep purple one, and here's a lighter purple, and here's a white. I'm thinking that some of them are going to bloom white and some are going to bloom red, but it doesn't matter. This is what I'm going to end up using, and I got a lot of them because, as you can see, I have 8 containers to fill. So I ended up getting 4 A12, 4 A12, that's 24. Also for that planter is this ivy. You might have seen it in one of the videos where I showed you what I bought for that particular week. This is the Gold Child ivy. I like this guy, and I usually go for Creeping Jenny when I'm doing a spillover, but I have enough Creeping Jennies, and if these are going to be in a container, they won't be as a menace in the garden as if they were actually out in the landscape. I had plans to put this carex grass here. This is part of the Evercolor series in Southern Living Plant Collection. This is the Everest. This does really, really well in my landscape, guys. I love it. But it might be too strappy and taking up too much space in the container. I don't know yet. And then I have the Primo Black Pearl. This one here is that, for me, they're going to be evergreen to semi-evergreen here in Georgia. This is the Dale Strain Heuchera, and this is the Primo Black Pearl Heuchera. And then I had bought me some pansies from Walmart. So I have an idea of a yellowy purpley look for these containers, and these containers are, just let me tell you, I got these from Lowe's. Again, I'm a big Lowe's shopper. I love Home Depot too. I have no, of course Lowe's does really, really well in the clearance plants, but I'm going where sales are. I'm going where something I like happens to be located, and I like these planters here. These are the Allen and Roth series, and this one here was only $21.98. This one was only $19.98, and this one I believe was $17, and they look really, really well. Here's the brand right here, and they hold up really, really well outside. This has been outside for at least 3 years, and it looks great to me, and the other 2 were newly bought. So let me show you where I'm going to get that evergreen boxwood from to replace this little guy here. Okay, so we are on the side yard, which is pretty much where the shade garden is. And as you can see, it's just a bunch of hostas and a lot of things that are beginning to go to sleep. And anything shade that you've seen my video where I have heucheras, I have hostas, I have ferns, I have I mean, all kinds of stuff in here. But what I also have in here is this guy here, which is a really, really established wintergreen boxwood. I bought it the exact same size you saw me show you from that little one. And it's been so happy here. It has pretty much, I mean, this is literally like 5 times the size of it. So there's 2 of them here. And I'm going to move that and put the other guy here. So here's one. And here's another one here. The thing with boxwoods is that they prefer some sort of a sun. And once the leaves fall off all these oak trees, they will get winter sun. And then even when we're in February or March, where the leaves are beginning to come on, that will give them some more sun too. So they won't be in shade. I mean, for me here in Georgia, boxwoods don't do well in the shade. It needs at least 3 to 4 hours of sun to give me something. So this is where the trees are, and this is where the boxwood is. So let me get myself together, figure out how I'm going to design these pots, and we'll see how it goes. Alright guys, so I dug the first one out, and this looks so much better. Look at the height that it gives me versus that little other one. So I just placed it here to see where I'm going to actually have it in the container. But backing up and looking at it, this is exactly what I was going for, to have something always evergreen in the front of the yard. Alright guys, so for the remainder of the plants, I kind of put them out how I see them in my head. So what I did was I have a Dale strain heuchera here, and then 3 cabbages. Because the Dale strain is green, I'm gonna put the purple cabbages here, and then I stuck some pansies in here, and then the ivy trailing. They're not in yet, I'm just placing them, so I still have to plant them, but I just want to show you what they look like as I'm placing them. Now when these get big, it will be more defined. Of course, when you're first doing the planters, it doesn't look like much, and you just have to give it some time, feed it, water it, give it what sun or light requirement it needs. But I figured having green and then having purple, then when the pansies bloom again, then it'll be yellow in there, and then another purple, and then the ivy. For this one here, again, this is the same one. This is the one with the Dale strain. And then this one is the one with the Primo Black Pearl. This one got a little burnt, or it didn't seem too dry when I took it out of the container. But for this one, because it's a dark one, I'm going to put the white cabbage when that one comes out. And then I may or may not keep the ivy here and maybe put 2 in the taller pot. But I just like how this is just statuesque right here by itself, but I'll figure it out. So let me get all these completely planted in, watered in, and show you how they look. And then I will do the other 4, because as you can see, there's more over there to do. This is a whole day project, guys, but I absolutely love it. So let me get those in the pot, and I'll show you what they look like. Okay guys, I finally finished all 8 planters. It was a lot. Having to make sure everything is lined up and make sure things look the way I want them to look. But this is what I landed on. I will likely make a change in regard to the pansies. So let's just see what I have. So again, I decided to just leave the boxwood by itself as a statement piece. Let that be the one thing that's standing up tall. And then on either side of the boxwood, I have the Dale strain. And then around the Dale strain, which is green and will stay green, is 3 of the purple looking ornamental kales that will turn purpley red as the season gets cooler. And then I have the English ivy kind of trailing down. So I did that on each side. I do have some pansies in here, but they were kind of flimsy. The Walmart ones were not of good quality. So I'm going to have to go to Lowe's or Home Depot and get me some proper pansies, and probably put some yellow and some purple pansies in here. So I'll give you an update when that happens, but that's what it ended up being. And then in the front, I have 1 Primo Black Pearl, and then surrounding the Primo Black Pearl, I have the cabbages that appear that they might be white flowering. I hope they are, but if they're not, it's not a big deal. It is not that serious. You guys know I love the front of the house to be a little bit more tamed. I don't want it to be screaming. The only thing that I have in the front of the house that's screaming right now are my coleus. And my coleus are beautiful. They've been doing really, really great all summer, and in the fall they're looking even brighter. They won't last, once we get a frost, which is really, really sad. But these are my coleus. Now I could have added some coleus in here, but then once the coleus dies from the cold, then I'm gonna have to find something to replace it. So that's why I decided to put the coleus separate, like in the walkway. Let that be a coleus planter, and then have this separate. This should take me to January or to when I get tired of it. But the Corabelles are evergreen for me. They're perennial. They will stay like that. And then as seasons change, I will take out the pansy. I will take out the ornamental kale and just spruce things up. Even later on, I might even put something around here. But for now, I'm going to leave it alone. Let me know what you think, guys. These are my 4 planters. And it's the exact same thing on the other side. I'm ready for a nap, guys. It is a lot of work doing planters. I was kind of like wrangling with the camera, and then it became too much. But I appreciate you guys for all your comments. Let me know what you think. Please like, please share, please subscribe. Remember to hit that notification bell so you can be alerted on my new videos. I will see you on the next one. Bye-bye.